Welcome to Friday Night SmackDown and night one of the WWE Draft. We got an action-packed night, and in our main event, we got the new United States Champion, LA Knight, facing off against the Celtic Warrior Sheamus in his first title defense since winning the belt at Night of Champions last Saturday. But we also got the WWE Draft, and it's going to be a big one. Here are the rules. Tonight on SmackDown, there will be 4 rounds, 16 total picks, 8 per each brand, and on Monday, there will be 6 rounds, 24 total picks, 12 for each brand. The champions of each brand and their factions are protected. The women's tag team champs as well as the hardcore champ are also protected, meaning if they lose their belts, they will remain on the original brands that they were already on. Raw selects first here tonight in the draft, and on Monday Night Raw, SmackDown will select first. And the rosters, of course, will lock on the 17th of June, right after Judgment Day. And without further ado, let's get into this draft and see who Monday Night Raw is selecting with the first overall pick. And Monday Night Raw selects the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, with the first overall pick in this draft. It's been about finishing the story since he returned in 2022 at WrestleMania 38, and with a Royal Rumble victory already under his belt and a WrestleMania main event, you gotta think he's close, and he will continue that story on Raw. And SmackDown will pick up the Viper, Randy Orton, here with their first pick in this draft. The Viper came just within inches of defeating the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns at Night of Champions. He gets to continue that journey here, as well as his chase for that elusive 15th world title reign here on Friday nights. And former Intercontinental Champion Gunther and Imperium will remain on Monday Night Raw. Gunther, of course, the longest reigning Intercontinental Champ in WWE history, just losing his title this past week to main event Jey Uso. What will be next for the Ring General Gunther, as well as his 2 henchmen, Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci? We'll find out more as they remain on Monday nights. And with the final pick of the first round, SmackDown selects the almighty Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley's been on the collision course these past couple weeks, acting as henchman, I would assume, to the Bloodline. With the locker room turned against them, the Bloodline can use all the help they can get. And in the form of Bobby Lashley, they got massive help. How will things pan out over the next few weeks as we await the next challenger to Roman Reigns' title? But we're going to get right into the action here tonight. We got a hardcore championship match to start things off. Coming to the ring now, the badass Bron Breakker. We just found out from the rules that Bron Breakker will also be remaining here on SmackDown. Of course, the hardcore title is defended on both brands, but I'm sure Bron Breakker has got to be feeling some relief remaining on the blue brand, where he's been dominant since being called up last month. Here tonight, he gets his first defense of the hardcore championship against Cameron Grimes. And you got to think he's looking to put on a performance here tonight, the first of 10 successful defenses that he will need to guarantee himself a shot at a world champion of his choosing. His long road begins tonight, and it's a hardcore battle that I'm sure will be brutal. But if anyone's up for it, it's the badass Bron Breakker. And the lights are bright here in Baltimore, Maryland, as we have our first of 2 title matches this evening. Bron Breakker, standing tall in his corner, son of legendary Hall of Famer Rick Steiner.
The challenger from Burlington, North Carolina, weighing in at 220 pounds, Cameron Grimes.
And Cameron Grimes has got to be feeling outmatched in this one.
And his opponent from Woodstock, Georgia, weighing in at 230 pounds, the hardcore champion, Bron Breakker.
Bron Breakker is on another level, showing massive amounts of tenacity in his title match last weekend at Night of Champions. Tonight begins his journey to a world title opportunity. Referee John Cone officiating, showing both competitors the belt. And we're just about underway here on night 1 of the WWE Draft, and our first main event of the evening. And the bell is rung. And Bron Breakker already with the spear right out of the gates. Catching Cameron Grimes with a vicious spear to start the match off. Oh my goodness, Bron Breakker now going to the outside. Anything goes in this match. It is a match for the Hardcore Championship, and Bron Breakker is grabbing a table. Cameron Grimes doesn't know what day of the week it is. Doesn't know that this is a special weekend production of Friday Night SmackDown as he catches the belly to belly on the table. Bron Breakker now setting the table up. Grabbing Cameron Grimes, he's got him set up. Leading him to the table now. What is Bron doing here? What is Bron doing? Set Cameron up for another slam, this time a power slam through the table. Cameron Grimes is out of this world right now. He's literally on another planet, and Bron Breakker isn't done. Bron Breakker looking to put this one away for good. Sizing Cameron Grimes up for another spear. And in dominant showing, Bron Breakker going for the cover. This one was over before it started. Bron Breakker with his first successful title defense. Bron Breakker coming out victorious here tonight. What a match. And oh, wait, is this? AJ Styles in the ring. AJ Styles eligible to be drafted tonight, but he's got some words for the Hardcore Champ. And we're back here on Friday Night SmackDown, a special weekend broadcast of Friday Night SmackDown as we await the beginning of round 2 of the WWE Draft. And Raw will pick up Braun Strowman with their first pick in round 2. Braun Strowman, of course, has been hot on the heels of the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, with a vicious attack this past Monday, following being called out and seemingly congratulated by the American Nightmare. We'll see how their story unfolds as they both are now on Monday Night Raw. And SmackDown, with the call-up of the NXT standout Carmelo Hayes. It is time for Carmelo Hayes to make his mark felt on the blue brand, referring to himself as him. Will Carmelo Hayes be able to take down the top stars of Friday Night SmackDown? And Raw with the first major steal of the night. The OC, AJ Styles, Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, and Mia Yim are headed to Monday Night Raw. What does that mean for what we just saw with AJ Styles confronting Bron Breakker? Of course, the Hardcore title can be defended on both brands. We'll see how that story pans out on Mondays. And with the last pick of the second round, Damage Control is selected by Friday Night SmackDown. Of course, here you can see they're without an Asuka, who stepped away from Damage Control following her and Io Sky's falling out leading up to Night of Champions. What's next for the role model Dakota Kai and the former WWE Women's Champion? But we're going to continue with the action tonight. A-Town Down Under set to do battle against Street Profits, but they are attacked by Legado del Fantasma. Angel Garza and Humberto attacking Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford, throwing him into the ring. Is this by the orders of Santos Escobar? I mentioned last week on SmackDown, Santos Escobar wanting to carve out a lane for himself and set up his own faction outside of LWO. Is this how he plans to do that? With a violent attack by his henchmen against the Street Profits, but they're going to continue with this match. Montez Ford starting things off against Austin Theory, and with a float over DDT to get things started. Not looking like he's missing a step after that attack. Austin Theory has to get back into this one quickly, whipping Montez into the corner, but Montez with the reversal. Already here tonight, big action happening in night 1 of the WWE Draft. Night 2, of course, coming to you live Monday night. And Montez Ford going for another springboard move this time. Austin Theory's out of the way. Montez Ford quickly back to his feet. Now, setting up Austin Theory for the sit-out powerbomb. A-Town Down Under, also eligible to be drafted. Everyone on the roster is. Where will they end up? As Montez goes for the cover and a quick kick out by Austin Theory. Everything is going to be shaken up in the WWE Universe, including the tag team division, and Austin Theory letting Montez Ford know what he thinks of him. No one knows where these two teams will end up. No one knows where Legado del Fantasma will end up. The bloodline, of course, will remain on the blue brand as the WWE Tag Team Champions. And Grayson Waller with a stiff kick to the face of Montez Ford. Now to the second ropes, and he misses on that diving attack. And Montez back to his feet, throwing Grayson Waller to the floor. Who will be the next challengers for the WWE Tag Team Champions? Austin Theory going for a weapon. This is not no disqualification. And Montez Ford letting them know that that's against the rules, and you pay the price when you break the rules here. Now, Grayson Waller up on his shoulders, dropping Grayson Waller face first on the apron. Montez Ford has got to get back into the ring. This match cannot be won on the outside. Scoop slam to Grayson Waller, but Grayson right back to his feet. Montez now rolling him into the ring and going after Austin Theory, throwing him face first into that goalpost. Now, Montez back into the ring. The referee cleaning up the ring, getting that weapon out. And Montez firmly on the attack with the spike DDT to Grayson Waller. Street Profits are ever so dangerous. Even after being given the short end of the stick, suffering an attack before the match started, still looking to have the upper hand here as we get things started tonight. Now with the stiff clothesline by Grayson Waller. Grayson looking to get back into this one and take control with the pin cover, and he gets a 2 count. A lot of action here tonight. Still in our main event, we got Sheamus challenging LA Knight for the United States Championship. That, of course, will be our main event and our second title match of the evening. As Angelo Dawkins gets tagged in, Grayson Waller looking stunned on the outside, but he's back into the ring now, and a big boot to Angelo Dawkins. And another big boot. Grayson Waller showing some of that powerhouse style that's buried deep down inside of him. We know we got a glimpse of that in his hardcore qualifying match a couple weeks ago against Bron Breakker. That match took both individuals to the limit. Angelo Dawkins with a big splash onto the sternum of Grayson Waller. Grayson Waller out of harm's way and taking out the legs of Angelo Dawkins. This is the style that makes Grayson Waller and Austin Theory so compatible. Grayson Waller with that brute powerhouse style of attack that he can pull out at any moment and at any time. Now dragging Angelo Dawkins into the corner and a stiff chop. And now stomping out a mud hole in Angelo Dawkins. When Grayson Waller is on his game like this, he's unstoppable. And it's a pleasure watching him get into his bag like this as he takes Montez Ford to the ground. And there he is, the showmanship that makes A-Town Down Under must-see TV. Now, Grayson Waller to the outside. Angelo Dawkins getting a hand on him first, rolling him back into the ring. Austin Theory deciding if he wants to get involved. And a big split leg kick right to the face of Angelo Dawkins. Grayson Waller not letting up for one bit here in this matchup. Angelo Dawkins, though, with the headbutt. And Angelo Dawkins going for another big splash, crushing the sternum of the Aussie icon. Austin Theory once in this match. Angelo Dawkins got to do whatever in his power to keep that from happening, so that the Street Profits can take over, but Grayson Waller's able to prevent being dragged into the corner of the Street Profits. Street Profits, Triple Crown champions here in the tag team division, with wins on Raw, SmackDown, and NXT as Montez Ford gets tagged in. You got to think that bodes well for them in any matchup they might have against any team. Montez Ford with a back elbow to Austin Theory. It's got him set up. Austin Theory with the reversal and going with a clothesline and the elbow to the face. Austin now looking to go high rent. Austin Theory on the top rope, going for an elbow drop, and it connects. Now the pin cover. And Angelo Dawkins is there to break it up before it even starts. Austin Theory looking to put this one away. It's got Montez Ford set up, dropping him neck first on the knee. And looking to push Angelo Dawkins off the apron, going for the cover. John Cone on the count. And it's a 2 count. Montez Ford barely getting out at the last possible second. And Austin Theory now looking to put this one away. And we got an A-Town down. And Montez Ford is exactly that. Down and out for the count. John Cone with the 3 count. And A-Town down under are your winners here tonight. And that attack by Legado del Fantasma looked to be all it took to get rid of the Street Profits here tonight, with a neck breaker and A-Town down being enough to dispatch Montez Ford here tonight. A-Town down under, looking impressive here against the Triple Crown Tag Champs. And if they can remain on the blue brand, they can be serious competition for the Bloodline when it comes to the WWE Tag Team Championships. What is next for the team of Austin Theory and Grayson Waller? We will find out. And we're back to you live on Friday Night SmackDown as we approach round 3 of day 1 of the WWE Draft. Who is next up on the docket? And Raw will select the man, Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch, of course, a future Hall of Famer, and she will remain on Monday nights to continue her legacy. And SmackDown with a big steal here, taking on Sami Zayn from Monday Night Raw. Sami Zayn is the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. Will he be bringing that championship to the blue brand? And another steal here, the Street Profits, who just got done battling out against A-Town Down Under, now headed to Monday Night Raw. And with the last pick here on round 3, SmackDown selects Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens will remain on the blue brand, and as of now, he will be officially reunited with his old buddy Sami Zayn, who he won the tag titles with last year at WrestleMania. But the action is continuing here in Baltimore, Maryland, as we move on to our next matchup of the night. And Solo Sikoa is making his way to the squared circle.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, accompanied by Jimmy Uso, representing the Bloodline from Las Vegas, Nevada, weighing in at 250 pounds. One half of the WWE Tag Team Champions, Solo Sikoa.
Of course, Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso, winners of the newly minted WWE Tag Team Championships after their win in that triple threat ladder match at Night of Champions last weekend. They now are at the top of the food chain of the tag team division here on the blue brand, already with a couple teams chomping at the bits trying to take them down. But tonight, it's about Solo Sikoa, the enforcer, the street champ, handling some business against a pesky adversary of the Bloodline for the past couple weeks. And of course, that's none other than the GOAT, Rey Mysterio, who's gotten himself in some trouble as of late, drawing the attention of both enforcers of the Bloodline, Solo Sikoa and Bobby Lashley. And he got himself tonight in another David Goliath matchup.
And his opponent, representing the LWO from San Diego, California, weighing in at 175 pounds, Rey Mysterio.
How will he fare here tonight after being attacked brutally by Bobby Lashley last Friday heading into Night of Champions? Now with another Bloodline enforcer hot on his heels, what will Rey Mysterio do against the street champ? We'll find out here in just a few moments. Solo Sikoa getting the last few kinks out. Referee gets the bell rung. This match is on. And already throat thrust and a standing headbutt to Rey Mysterio. And now a leg drop Solo getting Rey to his feet, locking up in the middle of the ring, and a strong Irish whip to the corner, followed by a shoulder thrust. And now knees to the face. Rey Mysterio, as I mentioned, getting himself in trouble with the Bloodline for his help. The help that he offered to Randy Orton, leading into that title match that Randy Orton was granted at Night of Champions. I'm sure the CEO, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, doesn't like anyone challenging the head of the table. And Rey has been that big thorn, a spinning wheel kick by Solo Sikoa. And now Rey going for a roll-up. Solo Sikoa kicks out before the referee can even register a 1 count. And a spinning leg drop. Rey Mysterio returning the favor. And a springboard crossbody, but he catches nothing but mat. And now more throat thrust and a choke. A choking headbutt to Rey Mysterio. And Solo now misses the leg drop. Rey Mysterio helping Randy Orton earn a title match at Night of Champions. And now facing off against the Street Champ as punishment. We saw him face off against Bobby Lashley last week. But now tonight, he gets the original enforcer of the Bloodline. Rey trying to fight out of it. Now with a springboard crossbody to Solo Sikoa. Jimmy Uso is not liking what he's seeing from the outside of the ring, as Rey Mysterio not looking to take this match over. Solo helping himself up to his feet, grabbing the ropes. And Rey Mysterio now with a punch and a drop kick to the outside. Rey now entering no man's land, going to ringside with both members of the Bloodline over there. Jimmy wisely walking away, doesn't want to get ejected, doesn't want to get Solo DQ'd. And Solo now with Rey up on his shoulders, dropping him face first into the steel steps. Rey is no stranger to the steel steps. Rey struggling back to his feet, looking to get back into the ring. Over the top rope he goes, and met with punches to the gut by Solo Sikoa. And Solo now looking to choke Rey out, but Rey gets out of the way and catches a stomach full of mat for his troubles. And Solo not getting all of that kick, but now getting this one, a kick to the sternum of Rey Mysterio. And Solo going high, rip, looking for the headbutt. He doesn't get all of it there, but Rey is still down on the mat. Pulling Rey back up to his feet. And go for the spinning Uranage. And Rey is laid out. And oh, what's this here? Stabbing Samoan spikes right to the throat, the larynx of Rey Mysterio. And now for the pin cover. This one is over. But Rey with the kick out at 2. Rey not giving up here. That move put away the GOAT John Cena, but Rey says not tonight. And the crowd now getting behind Mysterio as Mysterio spikes Solo's head into the mat with the DDT. Going for the cover, but the ref is in the corner fixing the exposed turnbuckle. Still has his back turned as Rey now throws Solo into the corner. And Rey looking to go springboard moonsault. And it connects, and now the cover. And the referee is there for the count. And he gets a 1 count. Solo's not out of this one yet. It's going to take more to put the Street Champ down. Now Rey going high, rent in the senton, and he misses, catching nothing but the mat. But a springboard crossbody, he misses again. Solo wisely getting out of the way. And a double axe handle to the spine of Rey Mysterio. And there he goes with those throat thrusts once again, and a headbutt to the shoulders now of Rey Mysterio. Those strong, hard domes of Samoans, notorious across the wrestling industry. And Solo putting it to work tonight. But now, again, stiff headbutts to the shoulder of Rey Mysterio, trying to incapacitate that arm, and a leaping senton. Solo back into the ring. Solo tuning himself up. Solo's got to be feeling it now. But the match has to be won in the ring. Pinfall or submission is the only way to get a true victory, as Rey reversing and sending Solo into the ring. Rey now looking to go high risk. Solo catches him in the stiff power bomb into the mat. And Solo on the cover. Rey Mysterio might not get out of this one. And Solo with the victory. Solo Sikoa putting on a show here tonight. Standing Uranage, the stabbing spikes. And Rey trying to take over this match, getting caught midair and slammed it to the mat. And Solo quickly dispatching of Rey Mysterio. Now 2 weeks in a row where Rey Mysterio has been buried by an enforcer of the bloodline. This is what you get for crossing the head of the table. Bloodline looking strong in this one. And we're quickly approaching round 4 of the WWE draft. But first, we see the megastar LA Knight getting ready for his main event matchup here tonight against the Celtic Warrior Sheamus. That match is coming up in just a little bit here on Friday Night SmackDown. But first, we're gonna knock out the last round of the draft. And Raw will pick up Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan looking to continue her revenge tour on Monday nights after falling short to Rhea Ripley and Night of Champions. What's next for Liv? We'll find out. And SmackDown, of course, picking up the Celtic Warrior Sheamus. He's set to do main event action tonight in a title match against LA Knight. Will he continue his quest for the United States Championship after taking out Logan Paul and coming up just short of winning the title last weekend in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia? And with Raw's last pick, they get a steal here. Pretty Deadly, Kid Wilson and Elton Prince are now heading to Monday nights to take on their tag team division on the Red brand. And with the final pick in night 1 of the WWE draft, the Blue brand selects the buff Barbie Tiffany Stratton, who's ascended to the top of the women's division here on Friday nights, making herself shoulder to shoulder with the EST Bianca Belair in her pursuit to win that championship. But we're now ready for the main events.
Is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE United States Championship.
This one's for all the gold. And coming out first, the challenger. And you know what time it is. Every Friday night, we get a chance to shout it out. It's Fight Night! Sheamus here, set to do action. Sheamus was head and shoulders above the competition this past week at Night of Champions, taking everyone out in the ring, putting on a show. But when I got down to it, Sheamus just simply ran out of time. LA Knight hitting Austin Theory with a BFT in the middle of the ring. And Sheamus, thinking he had enough time to break up the pin, just missed out on his opportunity to win the United States Championship. He gets that retribution here tonight as he gets a one-on-one shot against the newly crowned United States Champion, the megastar, LA Knight. And LA Knight, the newly crowned champion, ready to put on a show here in his first title defense. Of course, LA Knight was always the rightful #1 contender, picking up a victory against Austin Theory in a qualifying match. But after the attacks to Logan Paul and interference by Austin Theory, Sheamus, and Kevin Owens, that match turned into a fatal four-way in Jeddah at Night of Champions. But LA Knight wasn't deterred, and he picked up his first ever singles title on the main roster by getting the 1-2-3 victory in the middle of the ring against Austin Theory. Being called out by Sheamus, he accepted that challenge here tonight to put his title on the line, and he's looking to go 1-0 in title defenses as the United States Champion.
Introducing the challenger from Dublin, Ireland, weighing in at 267 pounds, the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus. And his opponent from Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 241 pounds, the WWE United States Champion, LA Knight.
And the crowd firmly behind the megastar here as we get ready for his first title defense with his first major title on the main roster. Referee John Cone officiating, showing both men the belts. This is our second title match of the evening. We saw Bron Breakker successfully defend earlier in the evening. Can LA Knight do the same here? Sheamus, of course, now a mainstay on the blue brand after being drafted earlier tonight. This could be the first of many battles between these two gentlemen. And we get ready to start this match. But wait a minute. The almighty Bobby Lashley is headed to the ring. Bobby Lashley, a rumored new enforcer for the Bloodline now, coming ringside for this match. I don't know what business he has with the United States Champion, or with Sheamus for that matter, but nevertheless, the almighty Bobby Lashley is here tonight to sit in on this match. And LA Knight's just got to keep his head on a swivel. Bobby Lashley is a wild card. We saw his attack on Rey Mysterio last week. What does that mean for LA Knight here tonight? Nevertheless, the match is underway. The bell rings and Sheamus with a stiff clothesline to the champion. Sheamus with a strong Irish whip, but it's reversed. And LA Knight with a clothesline into the corner. Now going for the knee. And Sheamus catches a stiff knee to the face. LA Knight's got to stay in control of this match. Got to remain focused. We don't know why Bobby Lashley is here. But LA Knight has got one job to do. And that's retain. Sheamus, of course, coming up just short of breaking up that pin attempt and possibly stealing a victory. Austin Theory was dead to rights. All Sheamus had to do was dispatch of LA Knight, and he would have had the match won and would have completed his journey. And the crowd here feeling LA Knight. Sheamus rolls to the outside. Sheamus so close to finishing his journey. The reason why he attacked Logan Paul in the first place was because he wanted to be the United States Champion. Well, he gets an opportunity here tonight as he is walloping LA Knight with punches here at ringside. Title can't change hands on a count out. These two men still on the outside as referee John Cone gets to a 4 count. And Sheamus is just making quick work of LA Knight. Sheamus not at all concerned with the count as the ref now to a 7 count. Ref now to an 8 count. Sheamus in the ring. You can't win on a count out, Sheamus. And LA Knight just getting in at a 9 count and catching Sheamus lacking in the corner. Sheamus getting out of harm's way and now has a fistful of LA Knight's hair, trying to drag him to the corner, but LA Knight's able to fight out of that one. Of course, the WWE Draft continuing on Monday, and that's set to be a huge Monday Night Raw episode with 6 matches confirmed to go along with the 6 rounds of the draft. And Sheamus getting a 1 count here with a sit-out slam. All the best action here happening in WWE Universe, live every Monday and Friday here on YouTube. And this is our main event as LA Knight hits Sheamus with a DDT and now going for the cover. Sheamus now with his foot under the ropes, the referee calling wisely for the rope break, allowing Sheamus to remain in this matchup. And LA Knight with a backdrop, modify Uranage and going for the cover again. And this time only getting a 1 count. LA Knight looking strong here in his first defense. Going for the punch. Sheamus ducks out of that one. And has LA Knight up. Slamming him into the turnbuckle and throwing him like a rag doll across the ring. Signaling for LA Knight to get to his feet. LA Knight does. And now both men trading blows in the middle of the ring. LA Knight looking to get the upper hand here. And LA Knight tuning up the crowd. And what is this? Bobby Lashley in the ring in the clothesline, and that's a disqualification. This match is over. What is Bobby Lashley doing? Getting involved in this match. What does this have to do? Is this for the bloodline or for his own personal gain? We don't know.